Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' This D. About to react to this Jubilee vid. This is Should I Come Out to My Wife? The dilemma. Gay sir, why did you get married to a woman if you are into penis? I don't understand that. You need to come out. That means I need to let it be known that I am into men heavily. So why did you marry a woman? Maybe you're like bisexual and you like really do like women, but you really like men as well. Or are you coming out and saying, hey, I'm actually tired of what you have to offer and I want a penis instead? I'm not exactly sure. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Let's watch. This is a hot ass mess.
I love my wife, but I'm gay. Should I come out now?
Oh, so you would get gay. She your beard.
We brought together a group of strangers to help an anonymous person make one of their toughest decisions.
My wife is the most important person in my life, and I would never want to do anything to hurt her. But I'm also gay, so I'm not sure how to approach it, or even how to come out.
He was like,
After hearing the group's advice, which choice will this person make? This is the dilemma.
Do y'all not have sex or barely? Are you like gagging through it? I'm confused. Everybody said yes, nigga. Duh, the fuck? What are we talking about? Stupid.
How long into the relationship did you realize you were gay?
I knew before I got married.
How did you meet your partner?
We grew up in the same community together. We started off as friends, then best friends, and it grew from there.
Is your partner supportive of everything you do?
In our viewpoints on religion, yes. In terms of supporting the LGBT community, no.
So religion is a big cornerstone of your guys' relationship?
We both grew up in the same religious community, so we both grew up with the same values and the same social guidelines. So yes.
Do you think your wife knows you're gay?
No, she doesn't.
I don't believe that.
What was the main reason as to why you went to the yes side?
I have a few family members in the LGBTQ plus community. I know all their experiences coming out have been positive, at least in the long run. I really thought to myself about him coming here, wanting to, share his truth and, speak to us about it. I knew that it's about time. It's starting to boil over and he needs to come out.
What was your reasoning for marrying a woman even though you knew you were gay?
I thought that if I got married,
questions we need answers to.
it would change me.
That don't make sense.
I could become straight.
That makes no sense.
What are your intentions in life, and how do you want to feel about your life?
I want to be truthful,
And gay.
but I also don't want to hurt the people surrounding me.
You have
I'm
to
a
do your
very
truth.
nice person. I don't lie. So the fact that
You living a lie.
basically living a lie right now
Exactly.
gives me a lot of anxiety and depression. But I know if I came out suddenly, it would devastate her.
The thing is, I'm bisexual, and I would have never said anything if I ended up falling in love with a man and everything worked out. And, I fell in love with a woman, and I didn't want to hide anymore. Being your authentic self is my principle.
So is there an expected fallout that extends beyond just the relationship of you and your wife? Like, is it more than just your guys' relationship that's at stake?
My job is tied to the church, so I could potentially lose my job. I would most likely lose my family, my friends, my wife. I would lose everything, basically. I would have nothing and no support.
Are we the only people who know about this?
I've never told anyone.
Just based on this information now, you guys can switch to the other side if you want.
No. Nobody's going over there. Oh. Really? Really? No, that's trifling. That is real trifling.
He was explaining what's at stake if he comes out immediately. Because of that, the more I thought about that, the more I was like, you know what? He's going to be losing literally everything because of this. So I feel like he needs to
So
have
he's
some
supposed to
sort
deny
of
that side of himself?
The
Or
reason
do
I
it on
said
the low?
I'm bisexual, same as you, it took me a cool minute to kind of come to terms with that. So it's like, I look more at like, am I safe? If you do, gone. You could lose a lot of things that you built up on this foundation.
Have you at all considered reaching out to therapy or some sort of
Why is
counseling
somebody
to help you
asking
through this
like,
process?
do you even
In the
like
community I live in, it's a little bit hard to find counseling.
Because
I live
again,
in
he's
a
saying
rural
he's gay.
area, so the majority of counselors are based through the church.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with God? And has there been moments where you've personally experienced Him guide you?
Yeah, I would say, faith has been a deciding factor in all things that I do in my life, and that I don't, follow God blindly. I've felt Him work in my life before. So for me, it's a real relationship that I have, and it's the most important relationship I have. God goes before everything else.
Faith is just a huge factor for my truth. To me, that's what I resonated the most. So I wanted to be that representation of like, hey, if you just go in with blind faith, it could still work out.
If you show who you really are to somebody, to anybody, they're going to show you who they are, like 100% of the time. And if you're surrounding yourself with people who are kind of not in support of the person that you really are, then that's not a healthy situation. And I think you should 100% come out, like, today.
I'm bisexual to a cool minute. One of my, I'm not gonna name names, I'll say a family member told my parents. It gave me a lot of anxiety. It was like, am I gonna get kicked out? I'm gonna stay here. Are they upset with me? It was very much like, okay, whatever, I don't wanna talk to you right now. And it's like, I know coming out, like everyone's like, do it, it's great, you'll feel better. But for me, coming out it made me feel worse.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I lived my truth.
I ain't never came
but
out.
it didn't make me
You
feel
ain't your
bad.
goddamn business off. What the fuck?
I believe that everybody should live their truth.
I've never came out to my family. They thought, oh, all right, I don't care, but
You
I
don't
want
owe
to come out and tell
anybody
y'all.
your life. You be you, and they'll figure out how to be them.
I think it's different. Like you're saying, you're not responsible for other people's feelings, but it is. I know the guilt that I would feel as like a husband to be hiding something from my wife is like horrible.
Yeah, because like let's also not forget that they are married. They have vows,
Yeah.
and part of
There's a
those
lot of
vows
tests
is
to
to
that.
tell the truth. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because you're taking away
That's a
another
huge
person's
lie.
ability to live in reality, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that I'm not necessarily saying that he should wait like years to come out. I'm just saying maybe take just like a couple months. Like I would say go to counseling, go to therapy, figure out who you are, and who you are even
If you know
without
he
the
like
church
dick, you
and
know he
without
like
your
dick.
wife and without all that stuff. Once you figure all that out, then you can start going through that process of how am I going to come out.
Yeah, but I think I think the focus should be more like him just finding himself, like all that planning, like where's he gonna go and all that stuff. Yeah, those are tough questions, but it doesn't have to be answered right now because, it takes baby steps.
Coming out is not ripping off a Band-Aid. It comes with so much anxiety. It comes with so much fallbacks depending on who you are, where your community is aligned, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't just be ripped off, because even ripping off Band-Aids hurt. You know what I mean? It's not a painless process just because it's quick. And people really need to understand that.
Was there anything in the discussion that caught your attention in some way?
I think when they were mentioning when you come out, like right now, that person will show their true colors to me. That resonated with me because that is true. The other issue that was
No,
brought up
time.
was
I need to
the
100% of the
counseling
time.
and kind of preparing myself. I feel like that could be beneficial.
Honey, I think there was too much discussion of what's step 10, what's step 7. What do we do like 3 stages from now?
I think that's what he's getting at. I think what he needs from us is comfort.
Like ultimately, at the end of the day, people are going to be people, and you can't predict how someone's going to react.
Right.
Also, I've met people who've been in a dangerous situation because they came out.
So the biggest concern
Find
is his
community.
safety.
So one thing we talked about was not necessarily needing a plan, because your dilemma isn't coming out to the world right now, but it's coming out to your wife, like your partner. And just as a married man of faith, you said your wife grew up in the church with you and you grew up in the church, and so your wife possesses those fruits of the Spirit that are like patience and kindness. And I think those attributes, like you said, it sounds like are in her. And so she would be loving and kind and patient with you.
One of the things I want to just encourage you on is that you've been in a vulnerable position before where you had to put your whole trust in God and He came through. So I just encourage you to sometimes be okay with taking just the first step forward, and everything else you could figure out along the way.
So I first want to be clear that yes, you should come out, but you should definitely wait and give it a little bit more time. Because we're worried about your safety, number one. The other thing too is that you need resources and you need time to get those resources. Like I said, like these divorce processes and everything, they don't take a week. And then it's all about your community, right? Personally, me and my family is super religious, so I very much understand where you're coming from about investing so much time in your community and the sense of loss that comes with it. But you have to understand that you'll be fine, your relationship with God will be fine, but this is a very tough decision that is more than that.
Jacob, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling like I got a lot of just helpful words that have helped me kind of put together an idea of what I want to do going forward.
Have you made a decision in your mind right now?
Yeah, I think I have.
You gonna say yes? Oh. That's just fucked up.
Yeah, so I'm getting home. I told my wife that I wanted to do counseling. And we've been meeting with a wonderful counselor, and she has just been able to give us a lot of tools to work with. We meet one-on-one, so I get a chance to be very open with her about how I feel. So I think within the next few months, definitely, I'll be ready to fully come out and just prepare myself and my wife for
So you're gonna
that.
keep living a lie. Got it.
I feel like the weight's been lifted a bit. I still have a journey to go through. It's gonna be hard either way, but I feel a bit of closure in the sense that I know what I want to do. While I do believe that it's a decision to make faithfully through God, I also think that it should be a decision that's made with the help
This is
of
so
a counselor.
selfish.
I think that it's only fair to my wife that when I come out, I do it in a way that's not only safe for me, but safe for her, and to make sure that I have the resources that I need in case something does go wrong.
You know what? Whatever. Do what you like. Just my personal opinion. I don't have much experience with religion. I'm not religious at all. But my thing is, if you are a part of a religion that does not accept you for who you are, then it's probably time to find a different religion, or find a different community, because, there are accepting people of every religion. So maybe that particular community won't accept you. You can find your tribe, and there will be people who are part of your religion who do accept you. But I think it's really fucked up to live this lie and let this woman believe that she with a straight man and she not. That is a huge lie and huge deceit that you are putting this woman through. That's fucked up. I think it's fucked up. And of course, I'm sure it's a lot on him as well, and he's scared and nervous and don't know what to do, but you've already carried this on for far too long, in my opinion. So you should just, tell her, hey, I'm gay, and you've been my beard this whole time. I'm scared. You want to navigate this with me, or what you want to do? But leaving her in the dark, until you keep doing counseling, and months later, if you feel comfortable, then you'll do it. What if months later come and you still don't feel comfortable? You're going to keep pushing it back and then let years and years pass, probably have kids with this girl and all this type of shit, and you gay. You gay on the low. If you have that gay, I'm not gonna say feeling, but if you are gay, then chances are you're going to have urges and you're going to want to act on your gayness. So what, you're gonna start cheating on her with men? This just get real messy and complicated, and I think you're trifling, and I feel for you in one regard, but on the other regard, you're because you're so scared to come out, you're affecting other people's lives, and that's fucked up, to marry this woman and you're gay. Like, that's just trifling. I'm sorry. You gotta man up to the situation and just tell this woman that you want to be bent over, and that is okay. But don't fucking keep leading her on and leading her to believe that you straight when the whole time you gagging through sex. Like, that's crazy. And again, he's very specific in saying gay. There's a huge difference between being gay and bi. I'm sure everybody involved knows that. So if he's saying he is gay, he is saying he prefers men all the way. He wants a man. That's what he's saying. He's not saying he's bisexual. Because if you're bisexual, you could, pretty much be with either. That's the purpose of being bi. So, if that was the case, that would be different. But no, nigga, you saying you gay. You like, I want a man. Like, you want niggas. You wasting everybody's time. Crazy, though. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.